So let's catch up because it has been a while to say the least, and I've been really eager to get back into filming and posting videos, and I thought I would just start by doing a little like chatty get ready with me. I'm getting ready for the Chiefs playoff game. Fingers crossed we can win this first game. It's going to be freezing cold temperatures, which will kind of work against us but also work for us because we're playing against Miami and they're certainly not used to the negative 30-degree wind chill that they will be facing, so hopefully that will give us a little bit of an edge. So yeah, we'll see how the game goes. I'm sure by the time you guys are watching this, we'll already know if they made it through the first round or not. But yeah, let's get ready and let's just dive in and talk about 2023 because it was a year. So I feel like where I left off in the last video I posted, I mentioned that I was going back to grad school, which I did do. I went back starting last summer, the summer of 2023, and I'm now in my third semester since returning. And things are going pretty well with that. I will hopefully still be on track to graduate and finish my degree in clinical mental health counseling, and that has been good. My semesters have been pretty tough. My vision is worse than it's been ever, so going back to grad school, I've really been trying to navigate how to get the accommodations I need and how to be successful, and it's just put a lot of stress kind of on me. I didn't have my accommodation letters in place for my summer or my fall semester, but I did get it all sorted out for this semester. So I'm hoping things work out, but even there's just certain things and certain assessments that we're using this semester in class that are limited in the kind of accommodations they can provide for me, and so I'm just taking it one step at a time, one class at a time, one day at a time, and hoping that I know it'll all work out one way or another, but it's just very frustrating for me as a student to be trying to do my work and write these papers when it's just very difficult to see, and I just start my assignments and immediately feel a lot of frustration. Last semester I had to read the entire DSM, and that was such a mountain of an assignment, and I eventually figured out a way to, I had to completely deconstruct my DSM, scan in every single page to a program called Speechify that then was able to read the pages to me, but that took a while to figure out, and it was just such a stressful process. And so I'm trying to be better at finding resources and problem solving these things, but a lot of times I just feel frustrated and kind of hit a wall, and I just don't even know how to proceed. Kind of going more in depth about my vision, and in 2023 I went to the eye doctor numerous times. One thing I've mentioned on this channel before is I was having issues with my retina in my left eye being super inflamed. I've been on 2 additional drops from my 3 drops that I also already take for my eye pressure, so I'm at 5 total eye drops now that I'm taking, some of which I'm taking up to 4 times a day. So lots and lots of eye drops at the moment because the swelling in my retina has just continued to go up and down. It gets better, then it's worse again. When the swelling is high, my vision is worse, and so I've been dealing with a lot of decreased vision in 2023, and that was not fun and has been very frustrating. And overall, 2023 was just not my year. I wasn't posting because I, to say the least, was dealing with depression, and it's something I'm still kind of working on resolving, I guess. But going back to grad school, I think that added stress was weighing on me. I'm still working full time, love my job. That has been one of the main highlights of of my life and has been something that has added so much joy. I just absolutely love my job. In March, I'll hit 2 years there, and I've loved it the entire time. And so that has been good. And, you know, I'm giving myself credit. Like, I did go back to grad school in 2023. So although I felt like the year was very much kind of a flop year for me, I'm proud of myself for taking that step to go back to school, finish my degree. And I've now, am getting close to, you know, really being at the downhill. I have about a year left. And so the end is in sight, and I am very proud of myself for, you know, as I've said, it's been extremely hard to go back to school when all my previous school experiences, I had better vision, so I didn't need certain accommodations, and I used to be able to kind of just make it work, and I haven't really been able to do that anymore, and that's been really, really frustrating for me. But I'm determined to power through and to get this degree, and I know it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for me, so I'm excited about that. I also just had an experience last year where I pretty much like lived my nightmare, and that triggered a spiral in me that I just wasn't able to process. It's really hard when you open yourself up and you're really vulnerable, and then it goes worse than you could have even imagined. And like, truly, I had to live through my nightmare. Like, it was it's still something that I'm struggling to process a little bit, or find hope in. So that experience, that was kind of in May or June. I guess that was about June of 2023, and that experience is what sort of like triggered this depression in me that I've struggled with depression in the past, but it was a whole new level of depression. Like, I really felt like something shut down in me. I still haven't really been able to like fully turn that piece of me back on. I have rebranded my channel. Instead of the Happiness Diaries, I now am focused on calling it more of like the Glaucoma Diaries. And this video is going to be a little scatterbrained, but it's kind of the first time I'm like really processing through all of this, so it might be a little all over the place. But I don't have this same. I was really into like manifestation and just this pursuit of really like trying to be happy, and I'm not at that place anymore. I can't really pretend that I'm going to be happy with my circumstances in life, because I'm not. But I want to keep making videos, and it was important to me to get back into vlogging, because as I really struggled this year to figure out my direction with my vision loss and just with so many things, I really felt like it was hard because I don't have anybody to look at who's dealing with the things that I'm dealing with. I don't know what realistic goals are for me in life, because I don't really know anyone who is visually impaired, who doesn't drive, who has these same obstacles that I face and is doing and has like kind of made their way in life. And it's just kind of like really highlighted to me that representation is so important. And so I want to keep making videos because I want to add to anybody who is visually impaired and is trying to navigate their 20s and trying to establish this independence in this adult life. But also, it's hard because while I'm dealing with vision loss, it's like everyone around me is finding that independence, and it feels like I'm going backwards and I'm just losing my independence. And I'm really trying to figure out how I'm going to be okay in life, because I don't feel like I can be fully on my own, but I am. Like, I have to accept that I might be on my own for my entire life. I'm, single, and as I've mentioned, like, dating is really hard when you have a disability, and so I've faced a lot of rejection last year, and it just brings a lot of frustration because I very much feel like, I do need a partner for life, and I don't know that I will ever have that. And so that is, that was kind of weighing on me. And so I just want to get back into making videos so that I can hopefully help inspire people, or at least, yeah, add to that representation of like there is a way to live life with a disability, with being low vision. And for anyone who doesn't know where to turn, like I'm hoping my videos can kind of give insight into how I'm making it work, even though a lot of times it really doesn't feel like I am. I think one of something that was really eye-opening to me last year was, I don't know if I've mentioned on this channel before, but I'm a big fan of like Survivor, Big Brother, and all of that. And this past season on Big Brother, there was a contestant who was hard of hearing, and there was a moment where he just saying his frustrations and his sort of like hard days in the house related to that, and sort of this moment where he broke down because everyone was whispering and he couldn't hear, and he just felt like things were so much harder for him. It was one of the first times I really felt like I could relate to someone on TV, because I've had those moments where you just wake up in a off mood and the littlest things just start to pile up, and it kind of breaks you down, and you're just tired of things always being so much harder. That's one thing I have felt really frustrated with, is like things are just really hard for me, especially I'm just at this in between stage in my vision where it's like I'm not blind enough to need all of the accommodations that someone who is like fully blind would need, but I don't have good enough vision to be like to get away with being like sighted anymore. And so I'm just in this very awkward in between state. And don't get me wrong, I'm so grateful for the vision I do have, and I really like don't want to lose more vision, but it just leaves me in a really awkward in between state that is really frustrating. And it just makes everything hard. Like it's just frustrating when everything is hard, but yet trying to put in all this extra effort and overcoming things, like it doesn't set me ahead. Like I'm still always, I feel like, in last place. I'm still always behind the pack. Like it doesn't matter how hard I'm working, it's not, the effort doesn't equate to the reward, I guess. And that's yeah, that's really frustrating for me. You know, even this class, in this semester, I just had my first night of class last week, and you know, my teacher's trying to talk to me about accommodations, and she's just like, I mean, this is the first time I'm having to kind of navigate this. And I'm like, me too. Like I don't have insight, I don't know what I need, I don't have the answers, she doesn't have the answers, and so we're just winging it basically. And it's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, and it's very much frustrating. But like I said, my mental health was just not good last year. I was coping a lot with substances, and I'm very happy to say that, you know, as of today, I'm 12 days completely sober, which I know isn't a lot of time for, you know, it might not sound like a lot to most people, but for me, I'm really proud of myself for taking the step to just go ahead and start this year in the right, and kind of with some better coping skills. And I will be starting therapy next week. I've been taking medication, so I am working on getting my mental health in order. But like I said, I don't think I will ever go back to feeling, I won't go back to how I was in 2022 and before, sort of last year. Just like, not to sound dramatic, but just broke something inside of me, shut something down in me that I don't think I'll get back. I've accepted my reality for what it is, but I don't think I'm going to ever be happy about it. And I don't think happiness is really a realistic goal for me anymore. So I want to keep making these videos because I want to document my journey with glaucoma, my journey with vision loss, my, you know, journey navigating how to establish a life that I'm happy with. Like, I love my friends and family, but when they say things to me like, well, worst case, you can just live with me forever, that doesn't make me feel good. Like, I am a full-grown adult. I don't want to be living with my family in their basement as some charity, as some, like, I want to have my own life, and I want to be able to achieve my dreams. And it's really hard to navigate. Even I don't really even know how to dream, because everything comes with that asterisk of, like, is it an option for you? Is it something you can do being visually impaired? Is that door closed on you permanently? And so that's kind of where I'm at, and I think that's one reason I've put off making a video for so long, is because I didn't want to come back just like, hey guys, I'm depressed. I don't like spreading kind of like negative energy, and I really have been in such a negative space. But I have to be authentic. I have to be real to where I'm at, and that's just where I am. But I guess try to end the note, wrapping it up, I will kind of give some of the highlights of last year. That there were a lot of positive things. I went to the Taylor Swift Eras Tour in July, which was just like it was like the best experience of my life. I had so much fun at her show, and now it's just crazy because now she's at the Chiefs games almost like every single weekend. And who could have predicted that like 2023 would have led to such a like Taylor Swift year for me, going to her concert, going to see the movie when it was in theaters. Yeah, she's dating Travis Kelce, which I've been a Chiefs fan my whole life. Like, having her in Kansas City is just absolutely insane to me, and that has just been so fun. My job has been going great. Like, I completed 2 more courses in grad school. I still like absolutely love my friends. I went to Portland, Maine in October. That was a fun trip. I went on a float trip. Like, I've had a lot of great experiences over the last few months of 2023. Unfortunately, a lot of like my poor mental health and poor coping skills did kind of bleed into a lot of those experiences as well. So I'm just looking towards making 2024 a better year for me. Just trying to, kind of like pick up the pieces of 2023, rebuild some things, really prioritizing my sobriety, and also really looking into what resources are available for me. I am looking into getting a seeing eye dog, even, and so that may or may not happen, just kind of depending on what I find out about that. But just trying to figure out a way to set myself up to make life a little bit easier, because it's just been really hard, because I think I've been trying to do a lot on my own, and kind of not fully addressing the significance, I guess, of the vision loss that I've experienced over the last few years. So just trying to figure out how to make life easier for me, and that's something that hopefully I can try to document through getting back into vlogging again, because I love making videos. I love all of you guys for all the support that you've given me over the last few years of me doing this, and I'm excited to get back into it. It's just I just wanted to check in, because I don't know, it's not gonna be what it was, but hopefully it will be better. It will be its own thing. And like I said, it's just really important to me to give representation to people who are in my shoes, because I've never really felt like I had anyone to look to. And so if I can be that for someone, that would just mean a lot to me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have any questions, leave comments in I can address that in my next video because I know it's been a while. A lot has happened over the last 7-8 months since I've posted, and yeah, hopefully it won't be another 7-8 months before you see me again.